Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 4, Week 10, Day 4. So today, of course, we got the Warpriest class event. As far as the hero class, it's kind of okay. Not really too good on it, has a little bit of a stun, but most situations you're not really going to be using it, even though it's technically the best stunning hero class. It's just too inconsistent to really do it compared to other stun options. Pretty much everything does it better. Obsidious, even that new troop that we just got that tower the other day, it's still good. Also, I'm still not sure exactly how long this tower is available for, by the way. The one for the Emperor. It might just always be here, but it might also just be Leonis Empire events. I don't think we know yet, unless the forum has gotten them to spill the beans. But yeah, I don't think we currently know. If I had to guess, it's probably only available this week, which would mean the next time it would be available would be the next Leonis Empire event. So you need that Emperor anyways to have it, so you can't get the Emperor until after this event is over. So if you're free-to-play player, if it is only during Leonis Empire events, you're going to have to wait until this thing is in the Volky drop table, which should be about a month from now. And then the next Leonis Empire event, you should be able to get the tower. Overall, tower's not like anything too good. It's a double poke. Its damage is way too low to be viable is the problem. And it stuns them and gains barrier. It has a 50% scar reduction while having invulnerable, which is an insanely good combination. And also gets to stun a random enemy every single time you take a yellow. But it's okay. I don't really feel like I'll be using it much, if at all. Mostly because its damage is so low that you're basically doing 0 damage. You're basically just doing a double stun, a barrier, a bunch of more barriers, and being very unkillable. Its damage output's pretty underwhelming compared to other options, especially for that mana cost, when you could just do an AoE at that point. Anyways, yeah, we finished out most of our objectives. We still need to go do some world event, though. I believe we still have some left to do there. But then that means this weekend we can just focus all in on the Vault events. Let's see. Oh, did they mention it on the forums? What did they officially mention? It wasn't initially there. Do you know what their official word is? Let me know. But anyways, hello everyone. Hope all you've been doing well. Hello Interception. Hello Isabel. Hello Alex. Hello Ricardo. Hello Bill. Hello Cookie. Hello Captain. Hello Frank. Let's see. And hello rednaZ. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all of you have been doing well. But I didn't check it earlier. Didn't think they would actually update it yet. Anyways, let's start with Ward event. I think we still have the medal set up. Because after we do the Ward event, I don't believe we're going to need this medal set up anymore. Since I'm pretty sure this is the last battles we're going to need. The Servant of Deos technically have more points, but I believe these have enough boost ratio that these are actually more points. Have you noticed how gold in PvP diminishes? I haven't done PvP recently enough to really notice. Let's see. You get 7k instead of like 10k or 11k. Even high rated 18k teams. You mean gold-wise? Oh no, I haven't been doing PvP enough to really notice. Generally, if you want a gold farm, you do Explore 12 anyways. Not even sure what the purpose resource-wise is for PvP these days. Because there's nothing particularly good that you get from PvP that you can't just get from something else. I guess the main thing is ingots. However, very, very few people way late in the game really need ingots anymore. Especially because of Underworlds, how it functions. Making all the higher rarity ingots basically irrelevant. Or, you know, not irrelevant, but, you know, you have more than you ever know what to do with. He bought 3 Emperors like it was nothing. Because legendary ingots are very populated later in the game. Once the campaign ends, the Emperor Terror card will be available as a drop in the vault. That I already said. That's not what I was referring to. Oh, the Leonis Tower. Leonis Tower will be stayed in the Soul Forge after the campaign. Oh, okay, thank you. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I knew about the card being a month after. But I did not realize the tower would stay. Okay, that's good. So you don't need to worry about the tower being there or not being there. As soon as the Emperor is in the drop table in a month, you pretty much be good to go. That's basically by next Vault event. Though do keep in mind, next Vault event's quite a bit of ways. Actually, do we know when next Vault event is? I didn't bother checking. We should be able to see it. And luckily, it's not during my trip. Let's see. Though we are missing a new faction, which is still going to be just as annoying. But at least we're not missing the grinds. The very valuable grinds. When's the next Vault event? You're telling me they don't have the next Vault event planned? We know up to June 17th. That probably means June 18th is a Vault event. June 18th or June 25th is probably a Vault event then. Is basically what that means. But yeah, we can't see that far. I guess we're getting an update very soon. It's going to be a minor update probably. But update nonetheless. I'm surprised we can't see that far yet. But yeah, thank you, HE Addict. Greatly appreciated. And hello, Imperial. Hello, Jason. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Daddy Shark. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, a question. 40% scar reduction on Dragon Guard. Is it applicable for all the troops or just the hero? No, just the hero. It's the same 40% reduction a few other troops have. It just only applies to hero. There's currently nothing that does AoE reduction anyway. Currently no troop has a trait that gives reduction of any kind to multiple allies. Not counting barrier or stuff like that, but you know, like actual like effect, like some score reduction or some spell reduction. Currently no troop does that. Anything that has it only only does it to themselves. But there might be a possibility they add it at some point. However, if they ever do, it'll be a multiplicit effect most likely instead of additive. Kind of like how when you have a potion effect for 25% score reduction, while also having 50% score reduction, it's not 75%, it's 50% and then 25%. It's two different percents. They make it slightly less than if they were both activating together. However, there's the possibility that they could add something like that. They would just basically have to do it as a suffix, which they have the functionality to do. However, it's some functionality they haven't really been using, even though it is a functionality that is within the game. No troops currently have it as an ability. But they're experimenting around with new abilities, like with the power gems and everything, so I might get them at some point. Because that'd be pretty nice, having like a full team spell reduction off a mythic. Or a full team score reduction off a mythic. Even if it's only like 25%, that adds up. If it's on every single troop, that's technically 100%. Not exactly, obviously. But you know. 4 25% reductions across the team. Wouldn't be bad at all if we get a mythic and or, you know, a mythic version of that for score reduction and spell reduction. Seems like something they could do at some point. It wouldn't be that overpowered either, but still would be useful. Well, assuming the troop itself was actually useful. If that was the only thing they did that was viable, it might not actually be that good. Also, even if they did that, stunning it would still disable the extra effect as well. Because affixes do get stunned. It's not something that's really that applicable in the current state of the game. Because there's like almost no instance where that really happens. But any affix that completely, or that keeps retroactively triggering can be stunned. The only real instance of that currently is Orpheus off the metal. But it does occur to all of them. Take the towel. So where's that Valraven? This next battle might be our next battle. That's one, but the next one. Also, I've been liking using Truffle Loop for this. There's a couple other really good options we had, though. Like Blade Dancer, which I forgot to mention during the video. I always forget it on Monday videos. I'm not sure why. I don't always think to check for Blade Dancer or Tesla. But Truffle Loop's been doing pretty good for us. And that's the final battle. And probably the final battle, because I highly doubt we'll need to do any battles tomorrow. By the time we stream tomorrow night, Guild should probably be done. There we go. And that's all of our points. Let's go grab our orbs. And then hopefully we get the major orb tomorrow night. What do we get? We got a green and a purple. No blues this week, but 2 purples. Both smalls. Well, that's because we haven't gotten the major orb yet. Hopefully it'll be a major purple or a major blue or a power. Anyways, let's go switch back to magic. I think we'll clear out dailies real quick, then we'll mess with the class events. And I was going to say we'll hand out a code. However, somehow, Kafka has not given more codes. Unless she did it within the last, like, 30 minutes while we've been streaming and setting up the stream. Nope. Should I go poker again? I'll go poker again. Oh, wait, never mind. There it is. I didn't see the other message. There we go. We got it. Hold up. We've gotten codes. I stand corrected. Discord was having a weird delay. There it is. Oh, let me go put these in the thing. Haven't done that yet. No worries, everyone. We have codes once again. Yeah, Discord does something weird sometimes where if I have it on the other slow computer, if I don't specifically click on the window, it won't update the interface thingy. Let's see. Where is my code section? Poker anyways? I'm not gonna poker anyways. Click save. Okay. One moment. Just getting the codes all organized. And putting the other thing on copy paste so when we're ready, all we have to do is click the button and it'll be good to go. Okay, I think it's all set up now. Got them all saved. I got that on copy paste. And we're all good to go. We'll head out in a little bit. Anyways, there you guys go. We have codes again! Oh, we only didn't have it for like, what, a day or so? That's not too bad. But we once again have codes. Yeah, because Wednesday night was the only time we didn't have codes, I believe. Because Tuesday was our very last code. Day of the update. But we're back. Why is the, what is the least hero class to upgrade to 100? Oh, the last hero class. There's a couple that are pretty bad. Warpriest being one of them. The absolute worst is probably Knight hero class. Knight hero class has been notorious for being horrifically bad. They are likely to rebalance hero classes at some point. However, Knight is definitely one of those that seems rather underwhelming from time to time. Yeah, Titan is the most well-rounded. Once you have every hero class maxed, dude, you use Titan a little bit less. There's still so many instances you bring it out, though. Archmage, Thief, and Frostmage hero class are next ones to really consider after Titan. They tend to have a lot of utility purposes for when you bring them out. Monk is a little bit slow starting, but it's insanely good over longer battles. It also has the most amount of cleanse and resistance of any hero class, as far as immune to status effects naturally, while also having cleanse on extra turn, which is a really good combination because it can't be stunned unless it gets curse stunned, while also having cleanse on extra turn, which is a very strong combo. Since generally that means it never loses its traits, as well as never really has status effects for the most part. And also gains mana every single time you cast a spell. Oh wait, not cast a spell. I mean land an extra turn on the board. It's mostly used for defending though. I feel like I very rarely use Monk offensively. Because only in longer battles does it help. Though, one thing that's pretty good for, factions. It's pretty good for factions. If you need something super tanky. That and Sentinel hero class. Sentinel hero class also one of those that isn't used as much for the same reason why Monk normally isn't. Just situationally. But, Sentinel hero class is the tankiest hero class in the game. Monk's the second tankiest. But has a lot of other utility that makes it amazing. It starts slow, but ramps up the quickest out of any hero class. Or not the quickest, but the best overall. Like, if a battle was going 10 turns or longer, there isn't any situation where Monk wouldn't be, like, the best option, pretty much. That's why it's really popular for Guild War Defense as well. That, and it forces the AI to have to take mana for the hero weapon, which ends up working out pretty well. Anyways, let's go hand out the code now. I was gonna hand it out after we finish out these, but let's go do it now. Have it on copy paste anyways. There you guys go. There's the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over here is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste some random numbers and letters starting with Z7. And give same order as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Unusable on PC mobile version of the game. But there you guys. There you guys go. Enjoy. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot. And it is greatly appreciated. If anyone else has any other questions I missed, do let me know. Or any other questions. We'll get around to them. That's not what I wanted. Okay, let's go finish out the class event. Or start the class event. I haven't even started yet. Actually, let me go grab the copy paste. Should still have it. Oh yeah, I forgot. I switched it for... oh no, I switched it back to Frost Mage. Okay, there we go. That should be our normal team. Because I was using this earlier for something else. But then I switched it back, I think, correctly. It seems correct. Let's see. Put the team in there. And we're good to go. I'm just using a Dawnbringer quick kill. If you don't have Dawnbringer, use Summer's Fury. Same difference. Dawnbringer's just going to be slightly quicker. Ever so slightly. We are a full team of yellow, so we do get the extra 8 damage. Which isn't a huge amount of damage, but adds up. Also, I'm running 20% right now. It'd be better to go a little bit extra magic. Because that can save us quite a bit of time if that's the difference between a kill and not a kill. Having that 4 magic. Gotta get every bit of damage we can. Also, this is the final week we have all those extra stats. It's gonna feel weird not having them soon. That 4 magic as well as the 12 attack that we have right now. It seems like Skull Spam teams are doing better. It's because they are. We have the highest attack we've ever had from in the season pass right now for a couple more days. It's not really going to be too relevant for the weekend event, for the vault event. However, if we go check the campaign over here, this is the highest attack we've ever had from it, 12 attack. So far, I think the highest value we've had for each is 20, 12, 26. We have yet to have an 8 magic week. Hopefully we'll see it at some point. But this 12 attack is the highest attack we've ever had. So far, basically 4 into a category is the highest any of them have ever been. I don't think either of these have been above 20. Have we had a 25 or 30 week yet? Maybe we have and I just forgot. Actually, can't you check through the thing? You might be able to. Let's see. I'm not sure if it has the stats though. I think it just has the... Gosh, why are all these expanded? I think it just has the lore. Yeah, it doesn't say how much stats we got during the week. Or I don't think it does. What does the question mark do? No, it's just for something else. That's weird. Where does this question mark go? Has to be something on their website then. That's weird. But yeah, only for the week of the event does it show which one's gaining stats. Aw. Anyways, let's see. Where are we? Let's go do this class event. Should be pretty quick with what we have to use. Yeah, I know. Most people watch with or without codes. I still like having them, though. Free extra bit of loot. Also, speaking of that one gem key, today's the last day to get the new mythic that came out last Friday. Or at least as the only mythic in the drop table. So if any of you are still looking for it, you have 6.5 hours left. It'll still be in a drop table after that. However, it won't be the exclusive mythic in a drop table. So getting it will be increasingly hard. Realistically, the only way you're going to get it after today is event keys whenever the event has rotated around, or when a Blade of Lance is rotated around, or when it's in Soulforge. So realistically, after today, it is going to be very unlikely to get it by natural means. It's technically possible, but realistically, it's going to be either Soulforge or event key. Luckily, it's a pretty useless mythic, so not too big a deal. Like, if you have the option to Soulforge, you should definitely be getting Iron Gut way before you even look at this current mythic, which is so much better. Hello, Barbara! Welcome, welcome. Hello, Logic Slayer, if I didn't ever say hi. Welcome, welcome. Is Salty streaming tonight, too? No. She was supposed to stream last night and then didn't, unless she moved the day of her stream. She normally streams Wednesday nights. If she ever says Thursday, it's because it's Australia Thursday. Because of how time works. Because whenever she's in Thursday, we're in Wednesday. But she was supposed to last night. and then didn't. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Unless she delayed it by a day and I didn't see a post somewheres on it. I think she might have just canceled the midweek stream. Of course, we did some Fall Guys earlier today. Patch 4.5 came out. It's pretty fun. 2 new maps were pretty good. Had a lot of funny moments. What do we even go for here? Oh, and the game finally got cross-platform too, which is pretty cool. It's only on 2 platforms, but hey, it's still a cross-platform. Still counts. I wish that's something Gems of War would get. It's really annoying that all the console versions are separated. And they already mentioned for Puzzle Quest 3 that they're likely doing it the same way, which is really annoying. Meaning that every console version might be completely separated. What's my Discord? The same as my YouTube. I generally don't use it too much, though. Any socializing thing I don't tend to use too much. Even my own Discord channel, I don't really use too often at all. What do we go for here? Take that for now. Doesn't really matter. We're obviously going to win. It's just a matter of actually getting the damage to do so. So what are you doing surviving with 1 HP? Oh, I just ruined the blue that was up there. Mistakes were made. Taking that made it so we couldn't get the last mana we needed to win. Rather unfortunate. This is the second to last set, yes. Oh, we're not one-shotting the third set? That's unfortunate. Oh, we'd have enough damage. Some weeks we do. It really depends what the enemies are. Oh no, there we go. We still did. I guess it really just depends what the enemies are. On if it does or doesn't one-shot it. Like that one, it didn't even come close to one-shotting. Get the other one at one-shotted with no problem. Let's see. We'll take that over. Got the Uba Skull. And our final set. Just need to make sure we don't lose this next Valraven. We'll be good to go. Claim our 25 gems. Because realistically, we're not going to lose any of these battles. It's more so about not losing the Valraven. Oh, I could have taken free Doom Uber Skull. We'll let him have it. Not too big a deal. It'll just make him uber distracted. Not just a small amount of a distraction, an uber amount of distraction. I'll go for that. Should be dead. Assuming we get red. There we go. Gotta get that hefty distract in there. I wonder if he even prioritizes it more because it's an uber. I don't feel like it is. It seems to have the same priority as how it wants to take a skull match. Which is already enough priority for it normally to get distracted. Because the whole point, of course, is to make it not accumulate mana. Though taking an Uber kind of does accumulate mana, but not as much as actually directly taking mana. Unless it cascades into something. I select turn off to destroy. And that's match. Asalala stats, welcome, welcome. good he's frozen. This match. Random question: can Cocoon summon Night Spider? Yes, it should be able to. It's kind of confusing to know sometimes because I'm not sure if they always retroactively update it, but I'm pretty sure it does. I cannot confirm though because it is the most recent spider add to the game. It was added 4 months ago, 5 months ago. It was added last December, so yeah, 5 months ago or so. But I have not tested to see if it does. It summons a really weird category in the fact that it doesn't actually summon a category. It summons all spiders. And the problem with this is spider is not actually a typing. There's actually two things that do this. One summons random null troops, and one summons random spiders. Both of these are not actually troop types. Obviously, they're troops that kind of look like them, or, you know, like that certain type. But there's no troop type that's spider, nor any troop type that's null. Which makes it kind of confusing. And also kind of questionable if they've actually remembered to update it whenever a new one comes out. Like if we get a new spider in a couple months, will they remember to actually add it to Cocoon? Since it's not like a traditional typing where it would kind of update automatically, like Wargear or Rogue or something. Where it's obviously attached to a troop. But whenever it's like spider or something like a null, they'll specifically have to manually update it most likely. Unless they have some kind of invisible subtyping in the game, which could be possible. Like it's technically a third type that some things have. It's just not visible what they are. Alright, there we go. There's our 25 gems. Not much, but it adds up. I always like taking every Thursday. Not really worth going beyond that, though. It's actually the worst return of any event, unless you're going for leaderboard. The class event has really bad return. Also, what on earth is this multi-way tie? Well then, does anyone know what tier that is? Also, is someone gonna troll them by going past them? I feel like this guy will troll them. I feel like someone will. But then again, maybe not, because that's the same guild. But yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people going for that tie. Interesting. I wonder what tier that is. I am curious what tier that is. It's probably pretty deep. That almost seems like tier 8 or 9. I feel like there's going to be one person who goes and tries getting past them. Though based on the guild names, I don't think it'll happen. Because NythiCglade is in NythiCglade, Rockstar's from Rockstar. So the lowest person that might is the one in Anabois, or whatever that is. But it seems like it's a whole tier below, based on the fact that there's a 4-way tie for 8th, and then that. Seems to be what that is. But it seems like a tier 7 twice, possibly. Somewhere's around there. It's almost worth going for, then. Oh, tier 7's really expensive in this game mode. I forgot, though. 500. Mostly because you get 12 troop drops, though. Which is why it's so expensive. You also get 500 class XP. Which is basically 1 gem per XP. Though it's not really that good if you don't need the hero class maxed. Yeah, that's a lot of tie. Anyways, let's see, where were we? We did that. Alright, let's go do some token farming then. Since we have pretty much finished out everything else. Only other thing is that little bit of ward event, but we don't have any sigils left for it. Let's just go get out our token farming team. I think I got a little bit of grind, haven't been doing as much lately. How can this be possible to win 1,442 times in PvP? No, people do play that much. There are some people that do. There's generally regularly someone with at least upwards of 1,000, almost 2,000, sometimes even more than 2,000 battles in a week. Also, double Uber. I think that's the first time we've seen a double Uber. Though it wasn't us taking it. I wonder if I'll ever see a triple Uber. It's gonna be so hard to set up, like near impossible. Unless there's something that ever increases the chance of an Uber falling, like an Uber storm, which would be really funny. Well, that's our first ever double Uber sighting. We'll eventually see a triple. It'll be during Guild Wars or Arena. Right when we need to win. And then it'll be like, nope, triple Uber. Randomly off the sky for the enemy. You saw a triple Uber today? Nice. Yeah, it's not going to be too ultra rare. Given that's, I think, 130%. Or, you know, 1 out of 30s. So it's not too impossible. But it's definitely going to be very rare to see. But not as rare as some other things. Like, seeing a triple Anu is rarer than seeing a triple Uber. Speaking of that, can we see a triple Anu tonight? That would be nice. Actually, we haven't gotten an Anu for a while. I'm not sure why. We've gone dry on Anus all of a sudden. I think it's been about a week since we've gotten an Anu. An Anu token from Explore. I was like, hello, game fan. Welcome. How do you redeem that code? It says unable to find user. What platform are you playing on? It only works on PC mobile version. Also, there's sometimes in somewhat hard to see underscore between the name that you have and then like the few extra letters that it has at the end. But if you're playing on console, it unfortunately doesn't work. Only PC mobile version does it work on. Also, it might be claimed up already by now. Normally they die within like 10 minutes. They go pretty quick. They have a set amount of claims, and once they're taken, they're gone until the next stream. Oh yeah, we don't have to win. Well, I mean that the account has to be from the PC mobile version. Because if you're on like Xbox or Switch, it won't work. Or PS4 or 5. Because it only supports the PC mobile versions of the game. The two that are cross-platform with each other. Oh, so how are we only 1 shard short? I hate when that happens. That's the worst number to be short. Like, something like 5 isn't as bad. But when you're exactly 1 short, that is the worst. You've seen a double Anu, but not the double Nisha. I'm still holding out for that triple Nisha. We'll get it eventually. That should be the day we buy a lottery ticket. Oh, what do we want here? Take that over. Grab explosion. Come on, mana. At this point, we were almost going to kill it with skulls before we kill it with mana. There we go. Triple Nisha? Triple Anu? Any amount of either? Nope. We'll go for at least a couple chests, though. Gotta throw in our attempts. Because we're not going to be getting many this weekend because we're going to be token grinding. And for token grinding, we're going to be doing it in a way that will not be giving us much shards. We're likely going to go for the super ultra quick kill method. So I do want to go over the soul farming methods tomorrow morning. Because we can combine two things together. How to farm vault events while also how to farm souls. Actually, I might as well mention the 2 soul farming teams and the 2 gold farming teams. Oh, that will work out really nicely then. Because I have exactly 2 of both to show. There's technically slightly more than 2 of both. But the main one is I want to show was going to be 2 of both. So that would already work out perfectly then. We'll show 2 gold farming teams and 2 soul farming teams. Surprised it didn't go for the uber extra turn. Seems like something it wouldn't miss, though the freeze makes it act really weird. Definitely messes with the AI quite a bit when they're frozen like that. Should probably take it a purple first. More likely we can still take it. And get a double skull to win. Mostly did that for the purple, but apparently it also cascades in the skull. I'll take it. But yeah, Vault event's right around the corner. We only got 6 hours left. Well, it's technically 6 hours, 15 minutes. So how long the last Friday Mythic will last for. Anyone still wants to pick it up? I'm pretty sure anyone who wants it has gotten it by now. Or used up all the keys already. It's not really that good of a mythic anyway, so not missing out on too much. Though just for a good kingdom, a magic-based kingdom. But the troop itself is pretty underwhelming. Just like these chests. Another double Orpheus. I think we had a... Wasn't that our other chest, except it was a double Orpheus with an Anu. I mean, with a guard, I mean. I wish it was an Anu. So I was wondering how we're tanking more hits. I believe it might be because of the stats we have from campaign. We can eventually have enough stats that we can actually resist the whole extra poke, skull poke. Not sure if we actually do right now. Yeah, we don't. We'd have to have enough durability that one more skull would not kill us. Which does not appear to be the case right now. I'll go for destroy. Probably easier just getting Zugoff up. And then just to try to poke it down. And that is why. Because he gains all of his durability back. I'm still kind of surprised that the new boss trip at the end of next season isn't going to switch back and forth. Like the werewolf thingy does. Would have been a cool mechanic. But it doesn't. I'm not sure how they're doing it. Because it's almost like two different Doom troops that don't switch between each other. Maybe they'll be half priced. Actually, that'd be kind of interesting if they were half priced. Like one costs 4 power orbs, the other costs 4 power orbs. Because that would make it a lot cheaper for people to be able to get them. While also offering double the amount of boss troops. That'd actually be really cool if they start doing that going forward, if that's actually how they're doing it. 2 at half price. So you get to choose which one you have, making it more accessible. To at least get one, if not the other. That way people who have the orbs can get both. But people that don't have a lot can still get one. It's still the same amount if they do it that way. If it's 4 and 4 for 2 instead of 8 for 1. Also, there was a funny question the other day. I can't remember when it was asked. I think it was on Monday. But someone asked the devs, or I should say Salty, if the game would ever get autoplay. And she did say no. That's something I actually have not played a game on yet, other than like auto clickers and stuff like that, or you know those like clicker AFK games. But like it was several years ago. But I actually don't play any AFK related games like that currently. Like where the battles can literally auto battle. That and energy systems always seem to be kind of defeating the point though. Any game that either has either of those, I tend to not really play. And by energy system, I mean when it affects like the core experience of the game. Gems of War technically does it, but it's on a bunch of side stuff. You get so many resources for free that the basic amount that you would need is way more than enough. Like I think this week all you needed to buy was tier 1 into the event, which is like 30 gems in order to get it done if everyone in your guild did it. Someone on the forum always does the math out for it. To the T. People way better at math than me, that's for sure. I'm bad at high level math. I do enjoy math, though I am really bad at high level math. Like, as soon as algebra hit is when I started to not enjoy math as much. I'm still decent at it, but I forget most of it. Because a lot of it seems so arbitrary. Whereas more basic math actually seems useful. And is useful. Oh, that was quick. Wouldn't that lead to us getting subpar boss troops? Isn't that already happening? Did you see in Rage Carandera? Currently, the only boss troop that isn't subpar, well, there's only 2 of them, but the only one that is not useless is Zugaf, the one we're using now. But in Rage Carandera is worse than more than half the mythics in the game as a Doom troop or boss troop. Relative to its cost, it's actually probably one of the worst troops in the entire game. Not because it actually is the worst troop in the game, just because its cost relative to how bad it is horrific. Like exceedingly bad. But it's so bad that Zugaf is basically the only boss currently in the game, which has been the case for quite some time. Even though there's another boss troop. It's the only one that technically exists. Yeah, currently we only have 2 that cost power. Both the boss troops, Zugaf and Rage Carandera, both of which cost 8. it'd be kind of cool if they add 2, but they both cost 4. Because it would solve 2 issues. One is that boss troops come in at a ridiculously glacial pace. So if they add 2 whenever they add 1, that's quite a bit better. And the other problem is a lot of people don't have 8 power orbs. But if they make it 4 and 4, that kind of solves that problem. Since it still costs 8, but it gives 2 troops. It hasn't been confirmed that's what they're doing. But I would sure hope so, if they're adding 2 boss troops at once. It better not cost 16 power orbs, that's for sure. That would be absolutely awful. Or who knows, maybe they'll use some other currency. Not to say that every boss troop will always require powers. It's kind of the assumption, but it doesn't mean they all will. Though it probably will. But the 4-4 thing makes sense. They better not do 8-8 though, that would be very bad. Because not many people have 16 spare powers. Yeah, other currencies would be interesting. One thing that they said a long while back is they might add unique troops and other drops for really high renown. And so far we haven't gotten anything unique for high renown. So I'm kind of curious if we'll eventually get like a boss troop for having max renown. Because I would love to see boss troops come in through other things. Like maybe a boss for when you have 20 star all kingdoms. Maybe one for max renown or really, really high renown once they figure out where they want to do it. And stuff like that. Things other than the power orb spam. Obviously, to do it that way to be a resource sink, of course. Though there's so many other resources that need sinking. At least they made legendary ingots for the most recent thing. Hey, there's our Anu. Found it. That's an upgrade as well. Like, I like the fact that this used those legendary ingots, the Leonis Tower. Because this is basically free. 50,000 souls is pretty small. The Emperor doesn't get consumed. You just need to own a copy of it. And 250 legendary ingots. I'm pretty sure we still have like 5,000 left. After buying 4 of the tower. Oh, excuse me. We have, 4,000. What was I thinking? We have 7,539. And I don't even run the dailies for Underworld either. If we did, we'd probably have like 20,000 legendary ingots. But you can tell that the rarities are a bit bad. This is how broken Underworld is. Here's our common ingots. Rare. Ultra rare. Look at rare and ultra rare. Now compare that to mythic. We have more mythic ingots than rare or ultra rare. Because of Underworld. The 2 rarest are the, not counting common, the 2 most common. Not counting common, which obviously is the most common. But that's because of the Underworld. Anyways. Let's see. Am I skipping it? No, I bought a bunch of copies. We have 4 copies of it. Our defend team is literally just 3 of it with a Dustbringer. It was funny because I said it as our defend team, then like 10 minutes later it got a win. It's a really annoying team because I made the hero class have stealthy and a bunch of summons. And you can't just insta-kill everything around it. Because they all have a meme to insta-kill. Yeah, it's a pretty funny team. You wouldn't really use this offensively. But, there it is. Leonis Tower 3 times with a Duskbringer as Thief. Set with every possible resummon. Because there's 3 different resummons. All that don't have stealthy. Actually, one of them does have stealthy, the sister thingy. But the other 2 don't. Do I recommend getting it? If you have a lot of legendary ingots, yes. Because the Emperor doesn't get consumed. So it only costs 50,000 souls and 250 legendary ingots. So if you have a lot of legendary ingots, it's basically free. What's trait kept Dustbringer at 5? I don't think there really was any traits that kept it at 5. The main reason I kept it at 5 is there is a small delay on every weapon if you get it beyond 5. Even if it doesn't have anything board control related. it slows down the cast of the spell by about 0.5 seconds. It's like half a second or slightly less than half a second. But it slows down the rate of the cast because it has to do all those other little effects before it lets you move on. It's a very small amount of time waste. But theoretically, every weapon in the entire game is slower once it is upgraded beyond 5. Very rarely would this be that applicable. But if you're using a weapon like a ridiculously high amount, it's potentially worth considering if nothing beyond its 5 threshold is particularly good. The only two I've done that for is Mang and Dustbringer. There's a few others that would have been okay for it too. Like Dawnbringer would be perfectly fine to keep at 5 as well. And a few others. But yeah, the tower is permanently staying in Soulforge. However, the thing that might prevent you from getting it is the Emperor. Because it does require having 1 copy of him. He'll be available in a month. However, if you didn't buy the pass, you have to wait a month and then get him from Vault Keys. And it could take quite a few Vault Keys. But basically by July, he should definitely be in drop table. Probably late June, but we don't have an official date when it's happening. Try to remind everyone when it does. But yeah, it's nothing super strong. It's not bad, but I feel like there's almost no instance I'll really be bringing it out. It's a very slow option is the problem. Its damage output's really low. It's really good at not dying, though. It's better than some mythics, if nothing else. Like, I feel like there'll be more instances I run the tower than the mythic that came out last Friday. That's still in the drop table for 6 more hours. I'm pretty sure everyone did their keys for it already. But yeah, the tower only costs 50,000 souls and 250 legendary ingots. Which, if you have a lot of legendary ingots, is basically free. But it requires owning a copy of Leonis Tower. I mean, not the tower, I mean Leonis, the Emperor. It requires the Emperor to get the Leonis Tower. It doesn't consume him, but it requires owning him. Which currently is for money only. It will be available free to play in a month from Vault Keys, though. Another reason to hoard those Vault Keys. So, I'll probably make sure to mention that too tomorrow when we cover that little video, as well as during the stream. But, yeah, you might want to save your Vault Keys for the tower and hoard them all. Because the keys that you get this weekend, if you open them immediately, will not have any chance of getting the Emperor. However, if you hold those keys until Emperor is in the drop table, they will be able to drop you Emperor. Doesn't mean they will, but they can. So it's probably worth saving a lot of the Vault Keys from this next Vault weekend, which is in 6 hours from now. Especially if you don't have a current reserve. I generally would say it's good to keep about 100 on reserve. I keep a little bit more than that. But it's mostly for whenever something new comes into the drop table that's really relevant. Like, for example, Emperor. It's more relevant if you're playing free-to-play. But even as a non-free-to-play player, I still like doing it. Just in case they do some kind of other change as well that might make them useful. Though they kind of already did that patch earlier last summer when they made them a lot better. With the pity keys and the 20% extra loot. No one has a 100? I'm pretty sure there's quite a few people. There's a lot of people that have over 1,000. There's some people that can do almost 100 Vault Keys in a single weekend. If you farm like nearly 24/7 all 3 days, you can almost hit triple digits or hit triple digits amount of Vault Keys. Depending on luck or lack thereof. Because if you did like 18 across the 3 days, you would get something like 20 pities plus all the vault keys along the way. And if you average 2 vault keys per hour, you would have over 100 vault keys at that point. I'm pretty sure very few people do that, but there are some amount of people that do. Will play it pretty much 24/7 during the event, and then leave with very high double-digit or even very low triple-digit vault keys in a single weekend. I normally hit around 20, counting pity. But some people really go all out, which kind of makes sense. Like, the amount of value you get during the vault event is pretty absurd compared to the value you get when it's not a vault event. Like, every 1 hour farmed during a vault event is about 5 to 10 times more effective than an hour farmed outside of the vault event. I was wondering why we're not killing. We're frozen right now. I mean, not frozen, stunned, I mean. Okay, I think it's going to be our final chest. Yeah, 20 seems to be about how many I generally go for. Sometimes a little bit more. But normally we get around like 8 pity keys and however many vault keys we get along the way. That's about my stopping point most vault events. Sometimes I go for a bit more though. That tends to be my average. Go for 8 pity keys and however many vault keys we get along the way. Okay, let's see what we get. Well, so we're going to be getting that level this weekend. Probably a couple levels. Oh, we got an Arania. It's not an Anu, but it's still good. Still a good drop. Anyways, any other questions? I miss anyone? Let's see. Do you have Leonis Empire to power level 25? No, because it costs... Wait, you can go to 25? I thought I can only go to 24. Is there another troop I'm forgetting? But no, I'm blocked on having to place the 16. And I'm hesitant on upgrading or not because it requires 2 blue deeds or deed books. It also requires 6 Imperial. Well, technically 3 Imperial, but I don't have the other Imperials in yet. So technically it's going to cost me 6. I do have 6 Imperials, even though that number says 4. We have the little shard thingies that convert into them. But the fact that we need 6 Imperials to do it makes me hesitant to do so. So, yeah, I haven't done it yet. But isn't it only 24 star? Does it actually go to 25? I thought it only goes to 24. But the 24 one's the better one. I'm pretty sure 24 is tribute chance. And the other one's tribute reward. So even if it goes to 25, 24 is the more relevant one. Though 2,000 gold per day is not small, I guess. That adds up. That's an extra 14,000 for the guild every week. Which isn't like a huge amount. But, excuse me, it adds up. But anyways, tomorrow's the vault event. We'll be grinding it out. We'll be doing a stream around... Oh, it does go to 25 star. Okay. Yeah, I haven't bothered doing it yet. I might consider it, but it eats so many Imperials that I'm hesitant on it. But if they start adding more ways to get Imperials, we'll probably go for it. I'm just not going for it yet, just because getting everything to 15 is a bit more higher priority than getting that to 16. Especially since it consumes 3 Imperials just to get it to... Or an extra 3 on top of the stat just to get it to 16. Which could be used to get an entire kingdom and additional stats, which is much better than getting that thing a little bit extra stars. So I'm kind of holding off for now. But we probably will at some point, especially once we have every kingdom to 15. Then we can, it doesn't matter if we get any of them to 16, since, yeah, it won't matter at that point if we already got everything to 15. We're getting there, though. I think we're missing like about a dozen 15s. Maybe a little bit more than a dozen. I'm not sure what the exact number is. We'll find out later. But anyways, guys. I'll catch you all later. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and hope you all have a lucky weekend farming the vault event. I'll be doing our stream tomorrow morning around noon Eastern Standard Time, which is about 15 hours from now. We should have a video up going prior to that, so that will go over some soul farming teams and gold farming teams that can be used coinciding the vault events. So we'll be able to cover 3 things basically at once: gold farming teams, soul farming teams, and farming during the dome event. And of course, one of those teams is that gold farming Dust Devil team that auto kills pretty much instantly, which is pretty nice. I think we have to do it in Cinder Mirage this week because of the extra stats in the other location. Because I don't think anything here has extra stats this week, which is nice. Yeah, that's pretty much the game plan then. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow night as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we are every single night, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow night. And I'll also be farming a bunch of gnomes, but we'll also be doing it throughout the day, and we'll have the video up in the morning before we start up the other stream. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you all enjoy the weekend. Best of luck with the Vault grind. Goodbye.